This is part of the G20 Summit Awareness Program. To hear what came out of the session, we crossed to SABC News Reporter Lopang Alamu. Good afternoon, Lopang. Can you give us an update on some of the matters that have been discussed today?
Well, a very good afternoon. We've just seen the conclusion of the stakeholder engagement session that took place for roughly about 2 hours. Now, this is where the Gauteng Provincial Government was updating community members from Diepkloof and surrounding areas about the progress being made, or that they have made rather, on the preparedness and the readiness to host the G20 Summit. What we do understand at this point is that community members were not really satisfied with the presentation that was shown here this morning, and also raised a number of issues, and dominating those issues include the high unemployment rate. Now, them asking how then do they benefit from this G20 Summit that's to be held in November. And we also heard them speak about the lack of infrastructure delivery for them. We also heard a number of other people really complaining generally about service delivery, and the fact that this always happens. A big event starts and they then only convenienced for that time, but they have nothing to show for those. We now speak to one of the community members. I understand he's from Riverlea, and you were present during the presentation. You heard the people's cries. What do you, as a resident from Riverlea, think about the session that we've just heard?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. We know, as we've heard inside, there's a lot of programs that government is saying, but no implementation. So for us, we feel it's a talk show, another talk show. Then, you know what? A country cannot flourish when there's no economic involvement. We're saying government is doing this, government is doing that, but at the end of the day, the people itself are not, we're not benefiting from anything. Now, this G20 Summit, the group of 20 countries that are coming together to basically come up with an idea. So for how many years have they been struggling with this? Now, South African government wants us to paint a picture whereby we need to tell the world this is a perfect country, nothing's wrong, unemployment is intact, streetlights are working, potholes are being fixed. In essence, before every election this happens, before any summit it happens. So our question is, for how long are we going to endure this? Because government are making the same mistakes over and over and again. But now we really need to stop and start to focus on ourselves, our communities, the economy, our families. That is our point from a community.
And they're also coming to Riverlea. If you could just briefly explain some of the challenges in that particular part of the city.
Okay, Riverlea is what we call the area next to FNB. So I would say no economic opportunities there. Our communities are riddled with crime, drugs, high unemployment. Obviously, it's part of the whole process. So government don't step in. We've got a Langlaagte SAPS. They are actively involved in the community, but what's the use of helping someone today or arresting someone and they're out the next day? So, you know, lack of opportunity. Then the guys start breaking into your neighbor's house. We don't have that much of serious issues within our community, but these are things that need to be addressed. And your question was, do government come out? No, that's a big no. Only when there's a cry out or we protest. You know, Nasrek Road, when we protest, then we get all the services, all the attention we need. So this needs to stop. As a people, we vote for these people to be in power, to lead us, to represent us, but it's not happening that way.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. The economical challenges faced by these communities. And one of the major questions that were asked here today is, how will they benefit economically and ensure that they have sustainable businesses and sustainable employment? We spoke to Vuyomaga from the provincial government earlier this morning rather, and one of the questions were, how then does this summit contribute towards the economy? How do people ensure that this is an opportunity for them to grow businesses that are sustainable and can create high jobs, a higher number of jobs, and to ensure that this is not just another event that's being held in Johannesburg. This is an event that will empower people. Now, those questions were asked by community members, and as we've just noted, noticed that the committee members who were present here, quite a number of them actually, have more questions than answers after this engagement session. They were, however, given contact details to ensure that they continue communicating with the provincial government on issues that need to be raised, issues that need to be sorted out before the summit starts in November. I think we'll leave it there for now as we try and speak to more committee members.